The next speaker is Don Casey. And come on up, Don. He's going to speak to us on land use reform, and in particular, again, this convention's main theme is going to be laying the foundation for the future. And what we're trying to do is lay a foundation of understanding so that at the local level, when we have candidates for city council, for county commission, that they have a basic understanding of the issues that lie before them, and they can be trained to act wisely within the authority and jurisdiction that they will have should they take office. I first met Don a number of years ago, as a matter of fact, at a big rally in Montgomery, Alabama, where one of Dr. Eisenhower's clients was speaking, our dear friend Roy Moore. Don is head of the Alliance for Citizens' Rights, and again, he's going to be speaking to us on land use reform. Don.
Thank you. Thank you, Roberto. Just like to clarify, I'm the vice chair.
Oh, okay.
And this fine gentleman right here is the chair of the Alliance for Citizens' Rights. We are primarily noted for property rights in Alabama, but we are essentially trying to disseminate information specifically about.
I just unplugged myself.
Hang on.
You're on screen, though.
I know, but I'll unplug the power cord.
Now let me help you.
Right here. Got it. We're primarily trying to disseminate information about sustainable development because it covers our entire society, everything we do. It is essentially a religion. We are leading Christian principles and accepting sustainable development principles. So with that, now, of course, the first area that we will feel this is property rights. So that's one reason our group has actually picked out property rights to be at the forefront. Because then we, as groups come online that have had their property rights violated, we know that we can educate them about the rest of sustainable development and try to have some impact on slowing this process. Ken Freeman was on the radio show back in the first part of last year, April-May area, and he was talking about a comprehensive plan that was about to be adopted by Elmore County. Now, Elmore County is shown in black on this particular map, and Ken was explaining that the local communities that accept comprehensive planning invariably will use sustainable development principles and smart growth to encumber property rights. During his discussion about this issue, the chairman of the Elmore County Commission called in and said, Ken, I realize that this is going on in other places, but here in Elmore County, we're a very rural county, and we just will not accept such encumbering aspects on our property rights. We're just down-home good old boys here in Alabama. Certainly wouldn't have anything to do with an agenda from outside. And he went on to say, surely you can expect that we called in volunteers, and they were the ones that actually sat down and developed this plan, and now we're going to implement it as public policy for Elmore County. Well, here it now is the front page of the Elmore County Comprehensive Plan, and after Ken's interview, we sat down and read it, because at that point we had not actually read the Elmore County Comprehensive Plan. We studied it. We had 4 meetings that followed that initial conversation on the radio. And I'll say that we had 10 to 15 people at the very first meeting where we discussed the various aspects of this. And then the next meeting was 75 to 100. The next meeting was 250, and they turned away individuals. Then on the final meeting, and this is a photograph where there are 550 seats, we filled every seat, and we had people standing in the perimeter of the room, all wanting to know what the controversy was about and how their property rights were going to be encumbered through their acceptance of their comprehensive plan. Now, comprehensive planning is going on in every county across this country. Every municipality is doing the very same thing. They are in varying degrees of this progression. So now I'm going to show you examples specifically from the Elmore County Comprehensive Plan because it is applicable to every county. What is planning? Planning is a term used for a branch of public policy which encompasses various disciplines which seek to order and regulate the use of land and in an efficient way. So we have to regulate how you use your property, not according to the property owner, but according to public policy. Once this is done, then the county is going to explore several aspects of the built environment and the social environments of the county. So regulating land is first, then we want to look at what is mankind has built on his property, and then we want to examine his social interactions among the other species and amongst himself. Let me see if I can bring up the pointer. I may need that in just a few minutes. I didn't have a good explanation of what the built environment was, so I went out and I looked and found one on the National Institute of Environmental Health Sciences, and it says the built environment encompasses all of the building spaces and products created or modified by man. A very broad definition. The social environment, and I want you to notice that it has sustainable right before social, and that will show you exactly how that plays in just a few minutes. The social environment is the complex network of human interaction which operates for reasons of tradition, culture, business, pleasure, information exchange, institutional organization, legal procedure, and notice we're not using the word government, we're using the word governance, which we'll explain a little bit later, human betterment, social progress, and the very final one is spiritual enlightenment. So now that's what Elmore County is planning for the future. How did this come about? Remember, Joe Falk, the chairman of the county commission, said we had volunteers to come forward. And here now is a picture that you see on the screen from their comprehensive plan. And it says that the participants in the comprehensive planning process have issued a region or an authoritative call for Elmore County's future development to be sustainable and balanced. Where did that come from? Oops, let me back it up. Where did that come from? The term sustainable development popularized the following 1992 Earth Summit, United Nations. And I happen to have a copy of the very document that they're talking about. President Bush went to Rio in 1992 and signed this document pledging that the U.S. government and society would incorporate this into everyday life throughout the United States. While the term sustainability is most often found at the forefront of discussion concerning natural resources, the theme of sustainability underlies all visions for Elmore County's future.